Sorry for the delay, everybody. I had some things to do over at the homestead in preparation for the cold weather this weekend. So, hey, instead of Central Park for breakfast, we're going to have Central Park for lunch. Hello, replay viewers. Let's see who tunes on in. I see Cass Cats is the first one in the room, and Jazz Dog, welcome. Spotted Cow out there in Wisconsin, welcome on in. And Tivity79, welcome on in. Good to see y'all. Good to see you, Darlene W. and Emma Hoffman. Sal Muscles, welcome. Mr. Metalhead Warrior up there in the Pelhams. And Claudio Odelementri, welcome. Good to see you, Lorraine Raymond and Theri Mary. C'est la vie. And Stuart Karan, welcome. And Charmed, good to see you. Good to see you, Marie Pompon. Bonjour, bienvenue. Perfectly Candid, welcome. I hope Crates Konyanki doesn't miss this one either. Good to see you, Sally Skipico out there in Canarsie. And Raymond, good to see you, Raymond. I'm doing great. Hope you're doing great as well. Good to see you there. Yes, indeed. Yeah, all is good. Thank you so much. Darlene W. Yes, exactly. Breakfast, lunch doesn't matter. Hopefully we maintain a good signal. LW, good to see you. Joe Mooski, good to see you, Joe. Hope you're feeling better. Graham Silver, good to see you. And Glitch Goddess, welcome. Good to see everybody, people. It is, I forgot what date it is. It's the 6th of February, 2026. I was at 2025. It does feel it's just TGIF, people. It's Friday afternoon and the mood is right. Gotta have some fun. Gotta show you how it's done. A TGIF. And let's see, what is the current weather? I'm gonna get the current weather here for you guys. Out of the hospital last night. That's a beautiful thing, Sal. Real feel 37, real feel in the shade 32. And yeah, this is probably going to be the warmest it's going to be in the next few days. But hit that like button. We're going to wait for the for 55 likes, and then we'll begin the tour. Big Beatles anniversary tomorrow. Nice. Big Beatles anniversary tomorrow. That's right there, Tom in Vermont. Let's go. Darlene W. gifting 10 memberships of Dutch Moz Plus. And the winners are... We're going to hear a lot of... We're going to hear 10 chaos. Chef Ava gifted a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And... Robert T. got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And... Stuart Karan. There you go. And... Weird Good Vibes. That's a fun username. And... Ben Lister. Got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And... let's see here. Dan Stevenson got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And... We've been doing this for a long time. What was a fun username? Kippy Bacon got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And that's out there. Jennifer Nichols got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And Mark Bordeaux got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. Yay. And one more. We got Cool Mojo. Cool Mojo got a membership to Dutch Moz Plus. So Cool Mojo, Jean, Kippy Bacon, Jennifer, Kate Nichols, Dano Stevenson, Ben Sleister, Weird Good Vibes, Chief Ava, Robert T, and Stuart Karan. Thank Darlene W. for your gifted membership to Dutch Moz Plus. And Darlene, thank you so much for having faith in me as a content creator. And now all the new folks to the family could officially call themselves one of us. One of us. Gooba gaba, gooba gaba, one of us. Oh, one of us, people, one of us. But thank you so much. You had to do it, Darlene. I appreciate it, Darlene. I love it. Yeah, harassing the Chaos Emeralds. I love it. I love it. But good to see you, Phyllis 2284. Welcome. Good to see everybody. Waiting for 55 likes here. We have 68 people watching. Good to see everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day. 5 more likes and we'll get going here in our walking tour of Central Park. It's hard to imagine that all of Central Park is not real. It's man-made. Designed by Frederick Lahr Olmsted and Calvert Vaux. The Hall & Oates of landscape architecture. We're about to see one of their greatest works, Central Park. Good to see you there, Dave Jeffries, up there in Niagara Falls. Central Park has a perimeter of roughly 6 miles. It's 843 acres large, or 341 hectares large. 11.5 million cartloads of topsoil, 26,000 trees, 9,000 benches, 142 miles of drainage pipe, 58 miles of pedestrian pathways. We are not walking all 58 miles of pedestrian pathways. We're doing a little extended lower loop walking tour today. But yes, this is the Central Park experience. Are we prepared for the cold? Yes, tomorrow it is going to be extreme cold conditions. So I had to get my house ready in Coney for tomorrow. So I had some things to do this morning that I should have done last night, but I was relaxing with the Duchess. It was nice and calm and warm in the house. Good to see you, Mullen. Welcome. I appreciate those kind words, Mullen. Good to see you. Good to see you, Stefan, up there in Rochester. And supposedly Rochester is like going mildly viral on TikTok today. I don't know why. A lot of people talking about Rochester today. But we begin. Good. We have 56 likes in the box, 87 people watching. We will be walking over the Gatsby Bridge. That is the filming location for Home Alone 2. Yes, we will be seeing the Gatsby Bridge. Yes, indeed. That is a filming location for Home Alone 2. Actually, not that far from me. Right over there is a filming location for Home Alone 2, right on the corner over there, across from the hot dog vendors there. That's where Kevin pinches the woman's ass and goes, "He did it." One of my favorite scenes. I loved that scene when I first saw it. Oh my God, Mr. Metalhead, I'm already planning to not... Guys, I'm not going outside tomorrow. It's going to be too windy and too cold. I'm gonna maybe set up you guys want to do a marathon home stream tomorrow, like a 5-hour, 6-hour show tomorrow? We could do that. Mrs. Metalhead Warrior up there in the Pelhams, good to see you. Hope you're nice and warm up there in the deluxe apartment in the sky. Good to see you, Philly. Welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Good to see you, Bobcats. Did I miss anybody? Good to see everybody, people. All right, we're good enough. We're good. Here we go. Let's enjoy Central Park on a not so as chilly, at least not as tomorrow, Friday afternoon. But a spotted cow with a $5.
Thanks, Dutch, you rock.
Oh, thank you so much, Spotted Cow. Spotted Cow, thank you so much for the very generous $5 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $5 club. Much, much, much appreciated with a big $5 super chat. Right, 5 hours, right? Your game. Tinka Girl, good to see you, Tinka Girl. I'm happy you're able to join me as well, Tinka. Good to see you out there in Bay Ridge. Good to see you, Dylan. Welcome. And later on in the week, it's going to get warmer. Later on in the week, it's going to get warmer. But let's do it, people. I can feel my jacket getting cold. We are in, this is called Grand Army Plaza. And that is the Plaza Hotel right there. That's where Kevin stays in Home Alone 2. Billionaires Row, just behind here. That's 111 West 57th Street, the thinnest skyscraper in the world, also known as the Steinway Building. A big pile of ugly, bad snow that's probably all ice. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, people. Admire Music, welcome. People whistling. People whistling. It's New York, man. It's New York in winter. Full swim. By the way, William Telemus Sherman, right here, a figure from the Civil War. Good to see you, Dean. Welcome. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, he came up from behind me? Oh, okay. Anyway, good to see. Hopefully we don't lose signal. I wanted to get here a little bit earlier so we don't lose signal, but we're gonna find out now. We're gonna find out if we lose signal. It's nice in the sun. Let's go, Mrs. Metalhead Warrior.
Jax says stay warm, Uncle Dutch.
Jax, you stay warm and take a big nap for me, Jax. And Jax and Mrs. Metalhead Warrior with a $20 super chat. Mrs. Metalhead Warrior, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. Thank you so much for a very generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much for today's $20 club. Much, much appreciated with a big $20 super chat. You know, Philly, we have been to the park where they filmed West Side Story, where they filmed the knife fight scene. We've been there on a bike last time we were by there, so we'll go by there one of these days. Yeah, I saw that. I was watching that on the train. Crazy Coney Island taking y'all for a walk in Staten Island. That looked like fun. That looked like fun. That was pretty cool. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Welcome. We got ice. We got really dirty snow. Let's see how the park is. Let's see how the park is. We do have a bonus. We do have the. Is it a coronation? What do we call it here? We have a new archbishop. Archbishop Hicks, I believe his name is. He's going to be leveled up today at St. Patrick's, so we will be heading down to, after our walking tour, we will be heading down to St. Patrick's to see the scene in St. Patrick's as a little bonus. So I heard tour guides talking about the conditions here in the park, so they haven't talked about it for the last couple of days though, so I think we're going to be good today. Some tour guides in one of the Facebook groups I'm in were very upset over the conditions here in the park. Immediately after our last snowstorm, they were like, "What are people doing?" But I can see the gates of Central Park right here. Oh, look at this! But we already got pretty scenes here. You know, when Central Park was designed, photography was a new thing. So when Frederick Lahr Olmsted and Calvert Vaux began to lay out the landscapes of the park, they completely thought of photography in mind. So when you look around here, we create these amazing landscapes here. Really, your uncle played in that movie? He was a shark? Wow. In West Side Story? That's pretty cool. We're gonna do our best to stay on the main paths here. Beacon, America. Am I near you? Awesome. So, this is the pond. No special name, just called the pond. All the landscape, all the water features here in Central Park, of course, completely man-made, filled up with New York City tap water, except for one, and that is, of course, the Harlem Mere. The Harlem Mere is fed by the Harlem River, by the East Harlem Riverlet. So, I love the pond. Probably the most famous resident of this pond was a few years back. There was a whatchamacallit, a Mandarin duck stayed in this area. Leonard Smith, good to see you. Yes, enthronement. Thank you so much there, Leonard. Yes. Montaigne's Riverlet up in Harlem is the only natural spring here in Central Park, and that feeds the Harlem Mere. Right, did you get a picture of the Mandarin duck? That was one of the greatest things of all time. The Mandarin duck. Wow, Philly, that's wild. Small world. So one of my favorite spots in the park is this big rock right here. I used to have lunch on this rock all the time. Right over there, there's the Gatsby Bridge, and where they filmed the pigeon lady scene, that was filmed along the coast right over there. They used all of this, and then they used a little bit of this over there too. They used all of this whole thing here. They used that for the pigeon lady scene. But this is the Gatsby Bridge. The Gatsby Bridge was done, oddly enough, this is the second bridge built in this location. This bridge was built in first of all, the park opens up in 1856. The full park is not realized until the 1870s, and we were still building landscapes in the park as late as the 1890s. But 1856 is when this lower section first opens up, and originally there was a wooden trestle bridge there, but evidently like a year into the park it burned down, so they built this new bridge in 1858. It's made of Manhattan schist, the bedrock of Manhattan Island, leftover rock from the construction. What?
Are you streaming?
I think I am. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Testosterone, right?
Yes.
Right? Where are you guys from?
LA.
LA.
San Diego.
San Diego. I wanted to see the Hollywood sign so bad, but the fucking smog. Unbelievable.
Oh,
One good place though. I love Venice. Venice, California.
There's a lot of characters there.
A lot of characters, just like New York.
Yeah. Just like New York.
Enjoying New York? First time here?
First time.
Kinda
Cold as shit.
crook-
It's 80 degrees
Dude,
in LA
where
right
are the
now.
ice
Fuck with
cream
the
trucks?
cold. Can you turn the sun on or some
That's
shit?
There's an ice cream truck over there.
Really?
Yes.
I'm craving some soft serve ice cream.
Go down to what's it called? Rockefeller Center. There's a nice ice cream place in there. You gotta go down to the
I had to
basement.
step back.
But it's cold, but it's gonna be colder tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Where do you
the
live
sun is
stream on?
coming out.
We're on YouTube.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. I'm a tour guide.
Oh,
We're doing a virtual tour.
Oh, dope.
You want
Yeah.
to tour
Live
us?
stream or
Do I want to tour you guys?
Yeah.
You know, people pay me to. I'm a licensed New York City tour guide.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
You like the buses and
This is
stuff?
IRL
No, I
touring.
no. This is IRL on YouTube touring.
No, that's not IRL. That's online.
No, it's IRL. I'm walking around. I'm one of the pioneers of live streaming. You don't know who I am. I've been doing this for 10 years.
Who is this?
Dutchmaz.
Dutchmaz.
DUTCHMAZZ.
Are you Dutch?
No, but New York was founded. Well, New Amsterdam was founded by the Dutch in 1664.
My dad speaks
Yeah.
a little bit of Dutch. He lived in Rotterdam. For
Oh, Rotterdam's
3 years.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I went to the Netherlands for a whole month in 2004, and I visited all of the towns New York City neighborhoods are named after. So I went to Harlem, I went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Where I live in Brooklyn, it's called New Utrecht. So I went to the original Utrecht, I went to Rotterdam. Utrecht.
Yeah, I've been to
The bicycle
Holland,
rush hour.
5 or 6 times. My dad's best friend lives there.
Yeah.
What's good, Chad? Say what's up.
It's us! It's us!
Chat, bro.
It's us! 22-second delay.
Cha-cha.
22 seconds.
130 people.
Yeah, we're just warming up. We just started.
Okay, let's pull it up.
Let's see here. That's us.
Oh shit, that's us.
Yo, Chad, let's get some W's in the chat for the boys real quick.
For the boys, they want W's in the chat for the boys, guys.
Oh shit! Hey,
Why is the real Brooklyn accent over here?
what the dog doing though? What the dog's doing?
With the dog. That's a great job. Do you know that some dog walkers on the Upper West Side can make up to $1,100 a week?
You should do IRL dog walking.
I would like to, but that's a big responsibility.
He's only licensed to tour guide.
Yeah, I live stream the humans in my candy bar here.
That's dope.
You saw the black squirrels? They have black squirrels.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Dude, I've only seen those in
We have like
Detroit.
3,000 squirrels just here in Central Park alone.
Half of them are black? Or
We got some albino one too. They're
Albino?
they're white.
They're probably collectible.
Yeah, no, they have little sweaters on, the squirrels. They're good.
Yeah, but they're probably collectible, bro.
Yeah, well, collectible squirrels? I don't know.
I have a question to you.
Wow.
Does this water freeze over to where people can walk on it?
It used to. This
How
used
does
to
it
be
work?
one of the original skating areas here. This is called the pond. All of the water features here in the park are filled up with New York City tap water. And back in the day, we used to lower the level of the lake.
Oh,
So they could go skating on it. But then that was deemed to be too dangerous.
stupid.
I have one more question
Yes.
for you, Mr. Can I call you Mr. Tour Guide?
Yeah.
So
Just call me Dutch. Just call me Dutch.
Obviously, you know like the edge and all that stuff.
Yes.
Right? Do you know any dope lookout points like that don't cost $50 to go up?
A couple of the rooftop bars, if you will, you get a
Are they
drink.
like that high or no?
Well, some of them are a little bit lower, but like you got the one on Fifth Avenue. What is it, 520 guys, right? 520 Fifth Avenue.
how
That's
high
like
is that one?
that's like right in front of it's like right in front of the Empire State Building. It's high up, but not like that crazy high. But the view is incredible.
Out of all the somebody
What did we get?
And the Brooklyn Pillow with a $2 super
Let's
chat.
go, guys!
Thank you so much for the very generous $2 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $2 club. Much appreciated with a big $2 super chat.
What out of all the observation decks, which one would you recommend?
It's so wild up. I love it. So I recommend the Edge for sunsets.
Okay.
If you want some history and you want to stay inside, you want to go to One World Trade Center. It's one of the best elevator rides.
Okay.
And then for nighttime, it's the Summit at One Vanderbilt.
The Summit at One Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's right next door to Grand Central.
So night,
Then,
Summit,
this night the Summit is the best.
Sunset, Edge.
Yes.
Got it. And those
And
are
then-
all $40, $50.
Yeah, about. But you could go to a rooftop bar and get some nice views. Like,
Asking for a friend.
yeah.
What about like the best strip club?
The best strip clubs, you gotta have to go to Queens for that. Yeah, you gotta I'm married though, so I don't do that stuff anymore. And Scores
We
is
would have
like,
invited you.
yeah, I appreciate that.
You
I'm
can't
good.
live stream there.
No.
On Kick you can probably.
Nah, fuck Kick. That's
Yeah, fuck Kick. I don't
Fuck
like Kick
Kick.
anyways.
fuck Kick. It's all
Donate
bots.
$5 right now if you want to see my ass.
No, we can't do that. All right,
Hey, we appreciate you.
bye,
Have a
guys.
good one. Bye, brother.
I'll see you later. Yes!
I did the $5!
Let's go! Noah! Noah got a $2 super chat. Thank you so much,
I need
Noah.
$5 if you
Noah, thank you so much for the very generous $2 super chat.
He'll do a dance if you guys do a $20. Who's that? $20 donation. Wait, who is that?
Yeah, you guys aren't in Pasadena anymore, guys. You're in LA.
$20, he'll do a dance.
You gonna do a dance? On this ice here? On this fucking ice? This fucking ice?
Donate
Do a dance.
$20 and he's gonna eat that black
No.
shit right there.
You don't know what's in that. There's chemicals in that shit. It's dangerous. There's cigarettes and dog
He's
pee.
the definition of the worst tourist.
Yeah?
We're-
It's
we're-
okay.
I'm the definition of
Choose your
The
next word very
best.
carefully.
Well, all right,
Every
gentlemen.
smart
Thank you.
friend,
Have a
good
every
one.
smart friend has a dumb friend.
Bye. Yes, exactly. The yin and the yang.
Exactly.
Later, guys. There you go. There you go, people. I'm in character mode, if you couldn't tell. We're in character mode. Anyway. These are the people in our neighborhood. In our neighborhood. In our neighborhood. So these are the people in our neighborhood. Good to see you, Sabby. Sorry I'm missing chat here. Bonsoir, bienvenue, Neboul. Everyone follow Neboul. Fantastic live streamer content creator from the south of France. See what it's like on the Bay of Saint-Tropez with Neboul. Here's the Gatsby Bridge. Now, the funny part about the Gatsby Bridge in Home Alone is that Kevin runs over this bridge and then he like ends up in like all the way downtown at Washington Square Park. Good to see you, Josh. Josh is from Lexington, Kentucky. Good to see you. Maybe I made their day. I've been doing this 10 years. Ooh, somebody got a drone. Oh shit. We got a drone. That's cool. I think 2 Feet Outdoors has that little tiny little drone. All right, let's get a quick screenshot for you guys and we'll continue on. Hey, the magic of movies. Oh, Jeff, of course there's random people here. There's almost 9 million people living here in New York. So of course there's random people. Thank God the sun is still freaking out. Oh my God, let's continue on. I want to keep moving. I want to keep my jacket warm. My jacket only works if I move. Good to see everybody. We hit 100 likes. Let's go. Let's go. We hit 100 likes. All right. Let's see what's cooking over here. Already doing the 1,000-yard stare already. Fuck. Doing a 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, no fun. I pick up on the energy. You know how I am. Listen, it's the difference, fun. It's the difference between like us leaving the camera on or shutting it off like we did the other day. When I pick up on the energy, you know. When I pick up on the energy. You know. Anyway. They don't know who I am. They don't know who I am. Lucas, good to see you, Lucas. Welcome. Ooh, you lost track of days? Oh, that's the best. I love losing track of days. Losing track of days is the best. All right, this is the Kate Wallman Rink. It was built in the 1960s, and Kate Wallman, a philanthropist, built this back in the 60s. Now the pond used to actually extend up here, and this was a main area where people used to ice skate. There you go. That's how warm it is. See, running in a tank top. You know, Frederick Lahr Olmsted, Calvert Box. You know, part of the park is just how do you use the park correctly? Observing people watching. That's what Central Park is for. Yeah, back outside flexing. Good to see you. Alberto Farzoli, buongiorno. Buongiorno. $266 tons of gunpowder was used in the creation of the park. This is the only natural part of the park. All these outcroppings of rock, this is Manhattan schist, the bedrock of Manhattan Island. But we used 266 tons of gunpowder. That is more gunpowder that was used at the Battle of Gettysburg. And right over here, one of the 4 original buildings built for Central Park. This is the, oh my God, I'm blanking on all the names today. The Dairy, people, it's the Dairy. This was originally built in 1867, and as the name suggests, children and families used to get here to get their fresh milk. When this first opened, amazingly enough, in this lawn right here, there would have been cows grazing right here. And mind you, they did not get the cheese or the milk from those cows grazing in the field in front of us. They were just there for looks. They were just there for a prop. So, but the Dairy is now the Central Park gift shop, which sells, the Central Park gift shop sells the official perfume of Central Park. And what is the official smell of Central Park? Lavender. Lavender, everybody. But now we look this way here. We see the towers of Billionaires Row right here in front of us. And we're going to walk out on this very compact, very slippery snow here. Oh, what a fucking day. It's already a day here in this park. You're high off New York. Look at that. The thin towers of Billionaires Row. 220 Central Park West. This is the address everybody wants to be in, and it's pretty much completely occupied. This is the tallest building. This is the tallest residential building in the entire world, and the second tallest building in New York City. This is the Central Park South Tower, and then right here, this is the building that starts Billionaires Row, right as Hurricane Sandy hits New York. That is 157 West 57th Street. And then again, this is the narrowest skyscraper in the world, 111 West 57th Street, also known as the Steinway Tower. It has a 1:24 width to height ratio. And then we look over here, a building that has been recently reported, it's beginning to develop cracks, but just peering out above the original GM building here, right up there, that's 432 Park Avenue. The building that's swaying just a little bit too much. Yeah, exactly. No, the towers are empty because people want to keep their money liquid. So that's how it works. They want to keep their money liquid. So in case the market shifts or anything like that, like the Bitcoin crash we had the other day. Anyway, I should have asked those kids about Josh Block. My beautiful wife is watching, right? Right, my love. I said, y'all watch Josh Block. I think we all need to go back to Italy. I'm gonna go buy a Tuscan house in Tuscany for $60,000. Anyway, yeah, I figured that, Mr. Metalhead. Yeah, piggy banks in the sky, basically. All right, let's get off this mound here without busting our ass, because this snow is packed down and it's like ice. It's super slippery. All right, now we got to navigate down this. There we go. Hey, good to see you, Emma. There it is, Kate Wallman Rink. How many movies have been made here? My God, how many movies have been made here? So many. And we got the copyright music going. It's great. Let's continue on. I got some good bass, right? Got a good subwoofer down there. It's pretty. All right, let's head up. Let's begin to really, as we make our way further north in the park, it's going to get less crowded. There's going to be more locals. It's going to be people doing other stuff. So, good to see you. Good to see you there, Jim. I will be safe. Have I ever ice skated? Yes, Ethan. I used to rollerblade back in the day. It was a lot of fun. But, yeah. Pia Lorena, good to see you. We're going to head up here. And I see this structure up there. That's the Chess and Checkers house. You know, it's kind of amazing when Central Park opens up in 1858, there are no formal play areas for children. And this outcropping of rock right here was the first play area. It was called Kid Mountain. And as the name suggests, it was literally just an outcropping of rock with a whole bunch of handholds in it. Let your kids climb on the rock for recreation. It was a simpler time. When Central Park first opens up, there were actually quite a bit of rules here in Central Park. There was no games of any sort allowed on the lawns or on the grass. You couldn't run in Central Park. You couldn't really, you couldn't really work out here. That was not a thing. No sweating was allowed in the original Central Park. And slowly through the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, these rules begin to get loosened up. They begin to build playgrounds. It's like 23 playgrounds here in the park. And what else? Yeah. One of the first places in the world where women rode bicycles unaccompanied by men was right here in Central Park. Now today, this is the Chess and Checkers house where Kid Mountain used to be. The Chess and Checkers house, built in 1955. And yes, you could, in the summertime, springtime, you could borrow a chessboard or a checkers board for completely free. Beautiful view here of the dairy, Central Park gift shop. They recently restored the wooden portion of the structure right here. It's pretty cool. And now this is the magic of Central Park. Azul, welcome. Yes, indeed. The Winter Olympics opening ceremony begins in 2 hours only on NBC and Peacock and all their related networks. Anyway, this park, even though when this park first opens up in 1858, the city is really far south of us. It's only at like 42nd Street the city comes up to. So we're like up in the country here at 59th Street. But they knew the city would grow around the park. So we built these traverses here. This is the 63rd Street traverse. There's 4 of them. And these traverses basically take the crosstown traffic under the park. It doesn't disturb any of us on the top here. It's actually one of the first places in the world to use a little thing called an overpass. So here we have 2 different modes of use, of land use in one spot here. But they do such a great job hiding the traverses here. When in the summertime, when this all gets built up here, when everything grows, you pretty much can't see this at all unless you come all the way over here and look for it. I'm a narrator. I'm a narrator, announcer, and sometimes an MC. That's why I use my radio voice. My radio voice is clear. You could hear me distinctly, each word uniquely. It sounds of importance. Okay, I gotta be careful here. They didn't put no, now I know what the tour guides were talking about. Anyway, good to see everybody. Now, the planning of the park was next level. Frederick Law Olmsted Calvert Vaux knew that this will be a defining feature of New York City. And don't forget, New York City back then was just Manhattan. Good to see you, Blondie. It took 60,000 day laborers to build Central Park. Most of these day laborers were mostly of Irish and German descent. They were newly arrived immigrants. Actually, one of the first places in the United States where we had that battle between newly arrived immigrants and nativists. Unfortunately, African Americans were completely barred from working here in the park because the work was seen as too good, and only 2 women were hired for the construction of Central Park, and they basically cleaned the offices of the architects and the engineers. You like my voice, Annette? I appreciate that. I know, Josh, I appreciate that, Josh. Thank you. Every time I like to throw in little tidbits. You guys are spending time with me. I want to make it meaningful. Ah, yes. Okay, so now we're at a spot here where, we just came over that traverse, right? Now, what Frederick Law Olmsted Calvert Vaux wanted to do was they did not want you to really interact with this guy right here. This is a horse carriage. So originally, you would have a lot of underpasses that took you underneath the main drive here. In 1941, there was a guy, his name was Robert Moses. He loved the car, even though he never drove one. He widened the pathways, the main drives here in Central Park. So when he widened those pathways, they unfortunately got rid of a lot of the original features of the park, Right here was the Marble Arch. Look up a picture of this thing if you're on the Google right now. The Marble Arch was this amazing entrance. You went underneath the drive right here, and you came out on the steps over there, and it was this beautiful entrance to the heart of the park, which is the mall, the only straight pathway in all of Central Park. Barb, good to see you, Barb. Let's get in there. Let's get in there, people. Let's get in there. You're more than welcome, Perfectly Candid. But look at pictures of the Marble Arch. It's incredible. It's incredible. And it's a shame that we got rid of it. And most tour guides that I talk to are convinced that when they widened the pathways, all they did was fill it in with dirt. So the Marble Arch is most likely still down there, but it's filled up with dirt. And the stairs would have came up right here. This is the Olmsted Garden right here. This is Literary Walk, the southern end of the mall. And here's good old Christopher Columbus. On this side is Christopher Columbus. The other side is William Shakespeare. Right? The Marble Arch was gorgeous. It would have been right here. It would have been right here. The Marble Arch. You're looking at one of the largest stands of great American elm trees in the United States. There's roughly 400 elm trees in this area alone. You can find around 3,000 elm trees throughout the park. Now, this is a Central Park bug-resistant strain of great American elm tree. This is the roughly third or fourth planting of a lot of these trees. But you're going to see in a moment here why this spot here is so special. The only straight pathway in the whole park. All right, you done taking a picture here? Okay. Let's line up a screenshot for you guys. Here it is. Even during the wintertime, you get a beautiful canopy of twigs and branches and stuff. By the way, William Shakespeare, he's right over there. William Shakespeare. And then we begin here at the southern end of the mall. Two notable Scottish authors. We have Sir Walter Scott and Sir Robert Burns right over here. You know, it's the new year. We haven't done this yet, people. Robert Burns, he has a holiday out in Scotland. And Robbie Burns Day, they call it. But he wrote a song. You probably never heard of Robert Burns, but you probably heard of a song he wrote. I'll sing you a couple of bars. To old acquaintance we forgot. That's his song. That's Robert Burns' song right there. It's Emma, personal tour guide. We couldn't have people following us. I love people from Los Angeles, but I can't have a Josh Block audience with me. Anyway, we all need to go back to Italy. Good to see you, Lee John. Welcome. Yes, they want to do a big park like the European. They wanted this park to rival the parks in London and Paris. Yes, but more naturalistic, a lot more informal than those parks in Europe. They wanted to focus on the nature. For over 150 years, there were no we have many statues of famous men, one statue of a famous dog, mythological women like Juliet and Alice in Wonderland, who we'll see in a little bit, in the park, but no statues of actual famous women until a few years ago. Right here, this is the women's rights pioneer statue. Sojourner Truth, Susan B. Anthony, and Elizabeth Cady Stanton arguing over their articles of sentiment. This was unveiled on the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 25th Amendment, enabling women the right to vote. What was that, a few years ago? Like 5 years ago? Good to see you there, Lewis. But I love this statue here because you can tell they're really arguing. And I'm not going to lie, that piece of ice on their table looks like a piece of cake. Who's going to have the last piece, ladies? Well, so much history there, and I'm so happy we finally have a statue for the women's rights pioneers. This is officially, other than Angel of the Waters, this is my favorite statue in the park. So it looks like a piece of cake, though, right? Who's gonna have the last piece? Have a great afternoon, ladies. Now, we mentioned the famous dog, right, guys? We got to go see the famous dog. We're gonna go down the pathway right here. And we're gonna, since it's snowing outside, we have to say hello to Balto. We have to say hello to Balto. Right, enjoy your birthday cake. Now let me see if I could find this picture. So I want to recreate a picture for you guys. And since I have the second phone here, I might as well try to make this happen for y'all. All right. Architects, engineers, engineers of Central Park picture. Let's see if I can find this picture here. Hassan, USA Network, welcome. Lopez, welcome. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find this here. Standing on a bridge. Yes, we got it! Yes! All right, guys. All right, good to see you, Lorraine. Lorraine, you watch me on your TV? I appreciate that, Lorraine. All right, guys, we're gonna recreate a picture that's over 100 years old. Good to see you, Neil. Welcome. I love this. So you're going to see a picture here. These are all of the main people who helped build and design Central Park. And Calbert Vaux and Frederick Lahr Olmsted are in this picture. But we're going to line this up. This is the Willowdale Arch. This is the Willowdale Arch right here. And we're going to go right down here. Actually, I'm going to stand in the snow here, because we want to be out of people's ways to make this picture happen. All right, so there we are, Willowdale Arch, right there. And here it is, people. Here it is. This picture is from 1858. Can you guys see that? Look, it's all the creators of Central Park standing right there. Back in 1858, maybe 1859. Photography was still new. Good to see you, Forever Blessed. But this picture was taken right there. How crazy is that? Isn't that beautiful? Yay. It's a very historic photo. Basically, as this lower section of Central Park began to get finalized, they took that picture. That was like their graduation picture. And like I said, the full park was realized by 1872, but we were still building landscapes in the park as late as the 1890s. So I love that picture. It's a cold and snowy day here in New York City, and we cheer on the indomitable spirit of the sled dog. Behold in all his glory, my favorite dog in Central Park, Balto, the sled dog. Back in the winter of 1925, this dog saved 220 children's lives in the town of Nome, Alaska. He was the final dog of a 32-dog sled dog team that delivered the antidote to diphtheria. Balto went over a couple of mountain ranges. He was in a blizzard. We thought we lost him, but he ultimately delivered that final antidote to diphtheria, and he instantly became a star. He literally went viral for his day, and just 10 months after this amazing feat, a local civic organization gets the money together to build this statue here. And Balto, when they unveiled the statue, Balto was right there. And you can see that film here on YouTube. To the indomitable spirit of the sled dog. Yes. There it is. Bye, Balto. I'll see you later. Good to see you, Griff. Welcome on in. Now, Balto had a sad life when, his last few years on this planet, it was kind of sad. They used him for, gambling and shit. They kind of exploited the poor little guy. But you can still visit Balto today in the Cleveland Natural History Museum. There you go. Darlene beat me to the punch. You can meet him at the Natural History Museum in Cleveland, Ohio. He is stuffed in there. And if I ever go to Cleveland, I'm definitely saying hi to Balto. What do you say, Nabul? Yeah. Absolutely. That's right, Nibble. That's right. He's the best dog of all time. But yeah, his last few years are really sad. It's a shame. But he was like the first like celebrity. Like he was really famous. And we're going back to the mall. And coming up next is going to be the Angel of the Waters fountain. Good to see everybody on this Friday afternoon. You hear the birds there, Kaz? Where I live, Kaz, the birds are so loud. This morning, the birds were so chatty in Coney Island. It's a beautiful sound to hear every morning, I have to say. But they were chatty this morning. And that's right. Perfectly candid. Togo. Most people say Togo is the one who did the real heavy lifting. He transported that antidote for the most time. He was the lead dog on the other team, the initial team that set out to Nome, Alaska. And I forget where Togo is stuffed. Togo is still around too. Togo is still around as well. Nice, Louis. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Are people sitting? Little do some of these people know they might be sitting on a historic bench. Let's see. Is it right here? The Jim Henson bench? Might be further back. Yeah, it's further back. Wait, it's the seventh lamppost, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's this one, 7. One of you guys told me about the Jim Henson bench, and I never forgot what you guys told me. It was like the 7th lamppost. And I was like, yeah, see, look, 7th lamppost. Here it is. Oh no, that's John Stone. Oh, it's right next door. It's right next door to it. Yay. Here he is, Jim Henson. The greatest puppeteer of all time. Right there. He loved to walk in this park. And me too, Jim. Me too. I love taking y'all through the park. But there's the Jim Henson bench. Right there. Voice of Kermit T. Frog. See, so now you know the trick, guys. Seventh lamppost. 2nd bench. Sometimes people are sitting there and it gets weird. As we enter deeper into the park, this is your portal into nature. As we get deeper and deeper into the park now, we're heading into the heart. Bethesda Terrace. Angel of the Waters. Not for nothing, with the sun out, I thought it was going to be cloudy. With the sun out right now, it's actually really nice. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, guys, if you just prepare for the winter, it's not that bad out. But now tomorrow, stay inside tomorrow. We're gonna have 50-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. It's gonna feel like -5 at some point. Tom, beautiful trees, right? The best. Over 300 horticulturists maintain Central Park throughout the year. The Central Park Conservancy that was formed in 1980 oversees all of this amazing work. And the park has probably never looked this good in its entire history until now. So Dylan, we're doing the sheep meadow, but we're not doing the ramble because the ramble is still a little bit too icy back there. So we're gonna go like a little bit of the ramble, but like not officially the ramble. So, but we are doing Sheep's Meadow. Yes, the Naumburg Bahnshell right here, built in 1923. Back in the 60s, a lot of famous performances have happened here. Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, a young and unknown Bob Dylan. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, amongst many, many others, all performed here. And there's been many other performances here as well. But probably my favorite, no, Diana Ross. Diana Ross performed up on the Great Lawn, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. That was up on the Great Lawn. This is the Namberg Bandshell. My favorite memory here is actually, no, again, Taylor Swift did not perform here, no. Oh, that's supposed to be a joke? Oh, okay, ha, 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 ha. Anyway, getting back to the history. My favorite memory here is back in April of 2020, as the pandemic began to do its thing. People were becoming more and more scared of going outside. And what happened was that there was a performance that was supposed to be done by the New York Philharmonic up at Lincoln Center. So they all rehearsed, they were all ready for this big show, and they had to cancel it. So you know what they did? On a beautiful afternoon in April 2020, they came right here and they did a spontaneous concert for whoever was in the park. And, you know, it gave us a little bit of hope during that very, very dark moment in the world. But is it Breakfast at Tiffany's? There's a scene here? I gotta watch Breakfast at Tiffany's. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I think of Hair whenever I'm walking around here. In the movie Hair, there's a lot. But yeah, this is the northern end here of the mall. The only straight, and by the way, the mall was meant for promenading. You promenade here, you know, holding your lover's hand while she twirls a parasol. That's how you use Central Park in a historic context. Really, Gabby? I'm gonna have to watch that, Gabby. K2J, good to see you. And I gotta say this: the people who maintain Central Park, they do a phenomenal job. Even though I've heard some very upset tour guides who do walking tours in here regularly, they were not very happy in the days and a week or so after. So we're gonna do Bethesda Terrace in 2 parts. We're gonna see the view from the terrace, and I'm gonna tell you what this all means. This whole landscape here has a meaning and messaging behind it. And then we'll go down the stairs and we'll see the beautiful the beautiful Milton tiles of the arcade. But good to see you. So basically, this is this landscape here was designed by Jacob Ray Mould. It was completed in 1871, 1872, and this is Bethesda Terrace, an Americanized plaza, a double-decked plaza here. And this whole landscape here celebrates the 4 seasons of the year. And I'm gonna show you the carvings. I'm gonna show you the story. So this is it. If you remember in Avengers 2, this is where Loki teleports from. It's right here. Oh, I can see what the tour guides were talking about. This whole thing is, wow, this whole thing is iced up. That's a little scary, but it's fine. It's doable. It's doable. Let's get the most famous view in the world, people. Here it is. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. The Angel of the Waters fountain. Right there. The Angel of the Waters was built to commemorate the opening of the Croton Aqueduct System, the first freshwater system for the city of New York. Behind the fountain is the lake. No special name, just called the lake. Angel of the Waters is the first public commission work of art designed by a woman. Her name was Emma Stubbins, and Emma Stubbins designs a rather ordinary looking angel, not too flamboyant. Hand outstretched, blessing the waters of Bethesda. As you see, of course, right now the fountain is shut off. It is winter time. We used to leave the fountain turned on throughout the winter, but of course the statue is made of copper. The fountain is made of copper, so we were completely destroying it. In 2004 to 2007, we completely redid and revamped this entire landscape, and it looks better than ever. Angel of the waters. Right there. Now I can see why my fellow tour guides were not very happy with the upkeep of the park here. It's very icy right here. So I'm gonna... Wait. It is really icy right there on the edge. I just did some figure skating and I'm not even in the Olympics. I know, isn't it nice to hear the birds chirping in that? By Coney Island, the birds were like really loud. The birds were really, really loud. So here at the top of the terrace, you have 2 columns for autumn and spring. And then at the bottom of the terrace, you have winter and summer. So I'm gonna show you now the 4 seasons. Yes, and NYPD did some training out here for frozen water rescues recently. It was pretty cool. Now this is all limestone. This is all limestone here, all these carvings here. And we're gonna, we'll first say hello to Autumn. Oh, do we have a tour guide here doing her thing? Actually, that's... Oh, yeah. All right, so here it is. Here is Autumn. Autumn here, we have the awesome owl here with the bat. And then we go back to school in autumn, right guys? We go back to school in autumn, so you got the school book here. You got the school book by candlelight. But of course, in autumn, we have Halloween. So, of course, you gotta have, and they recently cleaned her up, a witch. There she is with a little jack-o'-lantern right there. Good to see you, Neville. Welcome. But yay! So that's autumn. That's autumn, right? Now we're gonna go to the season I cannot wait for, and that's spring. And spring's right over here. So spring, you have the harvest, right? The spring harvest. And then we come over here. And then, of course, longer sunlight. So the rooster, he's waking up earlier and earlier and earlier. And, of course, the thing I can't wait for, more sunlight. There it is. There's the sunlight. Yay! So that is spring. And I, for one, cannot wait for spring. But now we go into Bethesda Arcade. Bethesda Arcade. I don't know how many movies, how many TV shows have used this. Bethesda Arcade featuring the largest collection of Milton tiles vaulted onto a ceiling. Actually, the only spot in the world where Milton tiles are vaulted onto a ceiling. You could find Milton tiles in little places like the White House and the U.S. Capitol building. Here we have over 17,000 hand-painted tiles. A lot of these are original from the 1870s. But when they recreated the landscape here in 2007, we actually recreated some of the tiles the way they would have created them back in the day. So now, I'm gonna be quiet. We're gonna walk through the space. And here we are, Bethesda Arcade. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do it. Ah, yes, Stephanie Stearns. Good to see ya. Welcome to Bethesda Terrace. Hey, we're in Bagels and Walks' backyard. Good to see you, Sean. Everyone follow Bagels and Walks. Fantastic live streamer, content creator from the Upper East Side. He takes amazing wildlife pictures right here in Central Park. So you gotta follow Sean from Bagels and Walks here on YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitter. One of the only things I like on Twitter. But here she is. The angel of the waters. Doesn't that music sound great? Amazing, Dean? The acoustics in there are amazing. The acoustics are really cool. Look at that. There she is. There's our angel. Yeah, it was beautiful in here, right? Not very birdy today. Interesting. In Coney, Sean, in Coney this morning, the birds were just chirping like crazy today. They were chirping like crazy. Ah, yes, the beautiful angel of the waters. You know, she is such an ordinary looking woman that some of the people in the New York press had the nerve to call her the milkmaid. But her real claim to fame, hey, let me line up that shot. But her real claim to fame was, you know what? She's showing just a little bit too much leg. But there it is. Angel of the Waters Fountain. I think that's a Chinese violin, yeah. I think that was a Chinese violin. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on. So now I see why so many tour guides are upset with the Conservancy. I'm kind of surprised how much snow is still in certain areas. So, and a lot of that snow has turned into ice because everyone's like walking on it. So, but Sean, good to see you, man. I hope you, Mama, and Baby Bagel are doing well. We haven't done a proper walking tour of Central Park, and I've been waiting for the right moment so we can enjoy the park and on this last somewhat kind of warm day. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Carol found the name of the song. Central Park, one of the first places on planet Earth to use forced perspective. Forced perspective is a way you arrange stuff to give the appearance of depth and distance. And this is a great example of that. As we look west across the lake, you see the twinned towers of the San Remo apartments. Steven Spielberg has an apartment in there at the moment, as well as Steve Martin. But a lot of famous people used to live in there. A lot of famous people used to live in there. I saw that, Sean. I've seen a few different Instagrams of people ice skating here on the lake. I mean, that's what they used to use it for back in the day. They used to lower it and used to freeze over. So, and I think at this point now, especially, I think maybe Sunday morning, it's probably going to be very safe to ice skate on this because it's just that hard. But it's technically, it's really not safe to do that. Again, this is all water here. This is all tap water here. So, but Jesus fucking Christ. Yo, guys, if you're gonna come to New York and you're gonna be like talking like crazy, like anti-trans stuff out loud, don't. That's very rude. If I would have caught that woman just a little bit earlier saying the thing that she just said, what an awful thing to say in such a beautiful space. And I know she's not from New York. So don't do that. Please. Enjoy Central Park. No need to be speaking horrible vitriol. Look at this little girl hanging out. That's the luckiest dog in all of New York. No leash in Central Park. The sun is shining. Hells yeah. Memzatobe, good to see you. Yeah, you don't want to skate on thin ice. Yeah, don't be assholes, people. Yeah, don't import your bigotry, please. The Loeb Boathouse, right over Vanya. A great spot to have lunch or breakfast. But now, let's see if we could do this. If you come on a walking tour with me, you will only walk downstairs, never upstairs. And if we do climb an elevation, we'll be on some kind of like a ramp. Let's see, this is okay. I'm gonna have to walk sideways. It's not that bad. Just gotta take my time. Nah, no, we don't walk on thin ice. I think of Yoko's song. Walking on thin ice, I'm paying the price, or throwing the dice in the air. Why must we learn it the hard way?
There's another one. If it's a bridge kind of like structure. Wait, where is that? It's like on the bridges.
Yeah, thank you, Nipple. That was fun hanging out with your family. All right, we're gonna go see what's his name now? Gotta go see Hans Christian Andersen. Let's go see what he's doing. I don't know how close we're gonna be able to get to him. He might be surrounded with ice. Yeah, did I share that story already on the 10 o'clock? Yeah, watch previous episodes. We've probably already talked about it. Yeah, Yoko Ono. That's right. That's what I said. That Yoko Ono song. Yes. Oh, yeah, conservatory water. Right here. Conservatory waters. Also known as the model boat pond. If we saw the movie Stuart Little 2, this is where they have the chase scene here. The boat chase scene was not really filmed here, but this is the part of the park they were mentioning or talking about. Oh, we got a couple of people hanging out with Hans Christian Andersen. They're having their lunch. Let's say hi to Hans really quick. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him since last year. The statue was placed here in 1926, and I forgot who did it. But good to see you, Hans. Good to see you. You rub his nose, and you pat the duck on the head 3 times. And that's it. I got luck for the rest of the month, right, Hans? Good. At least they cleaned you. Well, they somewhat cleaned your book. See, he's reading The Ugly Duckling. Wow, look how much snow is in here. That's wild. Good to see you, Big Tony. Doing great. What? What? What are people saying in the chat? Good to see you, B-Man. Let's see. Yeah. Wow, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? I'm gonna delete that. That's not even funny. I don't even know what that means. That's no good. Anyway, good to see you, Big Tony. I'm doing great today. This is the conservatory water right here. And we're gonna head over to another one of my favorite statues here in the park. Let's go say hi to Alice. Alice in Wonderland, created in 1958. Created by Jose de Kreeft. And Jose de Kreeft fabricated this statue out in Red Hook, Brooklyn. And then he field welded the statue into one piece here in the park. So George John Lober was a sculptor of Hans Christian Andersen. Thank you so much, Neil. See, that's a name that it's too forgettable for me. But now I'm going to remember that now. George John Lober. And that's 1926, right? I know I got the year. I'm pretty sure I got the year right. Hello there, Hiromi. Konnichiwa. That's all the Japanese I know. Good, nice to meet you, too. Good to see you, Barbara. Welcome. Look at the conservatory water. Yeah. Let's just take this in when we're here on a hot summer morning. Let's take it in. Ah, let's take it in. Yes, let's take it in. A nice summer day. a nice summer day. So good to see a big Al. Welcome. Here it is. Here is Alice in Wonderland. This is officially known as the Margarita Delacorte Memorial. This is in honor of George Delacorte's wife. Now, George Delacorte, he was the founder of Dell Publishing, and he is the one who builds the Shakespeare Theater there, the Delacorte Theater, where we have Shakespeare in the Park. And they built this just before they built the Delacorte Theater. That was 1962. Yep, Hans, 1956. I was off by 2 years. Did I say 1958? There she is. She's holding court. She's holding court. As she always does. Holding court, having a great day. Look at that view. Yes. Yes. Okay, I gotta do my good luck thing, because George Delacorte is in the statue. He plays the role of the Mad Hatter. Good to see you, George. Yep, Shakespeare in the Park, always free. Always free. We continue on. Now you know my weird thing I do. See, I took the statues and people are like, he's fucking weird, man. He's fucking weird. Oh, really? I was to commemorate the 150th birthday of Hans Christian Andersen, for real? Oh, that's cool. That's something I didn't know. Thank you so much, Neil. So basically what we're not going to see today is we're not going to go all the way up to Harlem. But I do maybe next month we'll do it. I do have an epic 5-hour walk we could do here in Central Park, where we will see all of the major landscapes in the park. It's 5 hours, and we literally loop around the entire park. It's pretty wild. And I have done that with guests. I have done that with actual paying guests, and they enjoyed it immensely. We're now walking again. We're close to the Fifth Avenue side, so Fifth Avenue is right over there, and we're beginning to make our way up into the Museum Mile. And let's see, we're gonna do yeah, I think we're gonna do the Obelisk and the Great Lawn. Somebody mentioned Diana Ross earlier. There you go, Dylan. Isn't that beautiful, Sabby? Good to see everybody. Welcome. And by the way, we got a super chat. I'm sorry, we got a PayPal yesterday that I did not catch during the live. So I have to thank somebody here while we have this little moment of walking. I want to thank Willie Chong with a very generous $25 PayPal. Willie Chong, thank you so much for the very generous $25 PayPal. Thank you so much for joining today's $25 PayPal club. Much appreciated. With a big $25 PayPal. I'm sorry I didn't catch it during the live yesterday. I gotta turn on the notifications on the second phone here. I use the second phone when I'm home to give the illusion I'm looking down at the chat in the screen. Oh, look, this is what the tour guides are talking about. This is what they're talking about. Oh yeah, I could see why the tour guides are pissed off now. This is, wow. Yo, Central Park Conservancy. Well, yo, y'all like lacking? At least put some, well, I think they try to put hay down. Yo, Central Park Conservancy, what's up? I never seen this pathway like this after it snows. Wow. Okay, they got kind of some hay down here, but there's so many people walking on this that it is like a solid piece of ice. So you gotta just take your time and go very slowly. Yo, Central Park Conservancy. Oh, I guess because people were sledding down here, they got like a ramp. Okay, maybe this was like the main sledding spot and they didn't want to ruin it. Oh, now I see why the tour guides were so pissed off. Because I know a couple of tour guides and they're like, there are parts of the park that they've never seen like this before. Oh, I got ramps. I got ramps. Okay, over here there's a little bit more puffy snow here to walk on. Wow, I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. Imagine if we would have got 2 feet of snow. By the way, we're only getting like a half an inch here in the city Friday night into Saturday. We're only gonna freshen up the dirty snow. It's not gonna be like major accumulation kind of snow. Wow, for real? Wow, by the Museum del Barrio it's like this, Trisha? Good to see you, Trisha. Usually by the Conservatory Garden, they do a really good job up there. I'm very surprised that you're saying that, Trisha. Wow. Yeah, so if you come to Central Park, just take your time. Take your time walking around here. Wow. Yeah, there's a few tour guides in a tour guide Facebook group I follow. And they're in Central Park pretty much every day. And they're all like, I've never seen the park like this ever. And I blame Parks Department. I do not blame the mayor for this. I blame Parks Department for this. Or really the Central Park Conservancy, because this is technically like Central Park Conservancy's job. They have the equipment. They have the fundraisers. It costs like $80 million, $84 million a year to maintain Central Park, the way they maintain it now. So I think they got the budget. Looks like they tried, but they got to it too late. Okay. I know they have like a weird criteria of like, they got to like clear out the snow to a certain level or something like that. So,
A piece of napkin.
The only building inside of Central Park is right here in front of us. This is the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Now, while Central Park may have 27,000 trees, there's over 90,000 pieces of art in that building right there, ranging all the way from ancient Egyptian art all the way up to a Jackson Pollock. You could easily spend an entire day there. But this is where we're at. We're way up here. It's like 83rd Street now. Let's show you on the map what we've done so far. We always look at this map. So we started right down here, Grand Army Plaza. We walked up this way here, Gatsby Bridge. Went up this way here, the dairy, said hello to the Wallman Rink, Chess and Checkers house. Up to here, Olmsted Flower Bed, down the mall, said hello to Balto. We came back up to the Namberg Bandshell, Bethesda Terrace. We walked right up here, Hans Christian Andersen, Alice in Wonderland. And then boom, Metropolitan Museum of Art. Let me not bust my ass. I'm surprised I didn't throw down sand either. Good to see you, RJ. Welcome. But this is a slightly extended standard loop of the park today. That's a walk. Joe, we're like not even halfway through, bro. Good to see you. Anybody who could walk for like 2.5 hours could do this tour. So, and of course there's plenty of benches around, so you could always take a load off and I could tell you stories while we sit down on a bench. Ooh, there's the Obelisk. Cleopatra's Needle. You know, we thought we lost that thing at sea when it came over here. Kind of crazy. Ooh, very New York scene coming. Really? There's going to be a cool flamenco pop-up in March at the museum. Please. Oh my God, Trisha, send me the info. Trisha, that sounds amazing. Thank you. Trisha, that sounds amazing. You saw that, my love? The Duchess is watching. You hear that saxophone? The Grey Wake Arch. Yeah. Good to see you, Karen. I feel bad. I feel bad. I don't have any small bills on me. Oh no, I feel so bad. I hate to say, I think, who said this? Like, when you go to Central Park, it's like going to a strip club. You got to have singles. Oh, I wish I had $1 or $2 to give him. Fuck, he made a moment and I gave no money. I feel bad. I feel bad. Wait, let me go digging around. 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 Let me see if I can find $1 or something to give him. I feel bad because he created a moment. Hey, I created a moment. Cleopatra's Needle right there. Let me see, I feel bad. He created a moment. He created a moment. I gotta go dig it into my wallet. You tipped the guy half penny? That's not nice. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna give the guy, because I feel bad. I'm gonna give the guy a couple of bucks because I feel bad. He was good. He was good. He was good. And he's creating a moment in the park. And it's cold out here. And the hustle is real. I know, I feel bad too. You know, when you come into the park, you have to be ready to just give people money. So I gotta make sure I give him $1 or $2. Gotta give him something because he's out here. I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad. So we gotta give him some money. Okay. We gotta thank him. Thank you. Cheers. Have a good one, man. I felt bad. I gotta come back. He's making a beautiful scene. I love it. That's New York. And we gotta spread the love, right, people? All right, we continue on. Now, you don't have that problem in the North End. No. But there's always he's always there. There's a couple of guys who are always here. All right. We continue on, people. Gotta give the guy a couple of bucks, for God's sake. He's creating a beautiful scene. New York is not a real place. It's a movie theater. It's a movie set, and a movie theater. I love it. All right, kids, we continue on. I'm happy the sun is still out. I'm happy the sun is still out to a certain capacity. So that's good. All right. Coming up next, the most interesting statue with the most interesting story in all of Central Park. King Jagiello of Poland. Why is the King of Poland in Central Park? Well, I'll tell you. Look at this little guy. I love squirrels. Always enjoy, right? Always enjoy those musicians. Hells yeah. So here he is. Hold your swords up high if you enjoy Central Park. King Jagiello. This statue was built for the Polish Pavilion at the 1939-1940 World's Fair. in that second year of the World's Fair, Germany invades Poland, and thus for a brief moment, Poland ceased to exist. So unfortunately for that second year of the World's Fair, the pavilion is closed, but this statue is still there until 1940. And after the World's Fair, they bring the statue here into the park with the understanding that once everything gets settled in Europe, this statue will return back to Warsaw. And after the war, after Poland gets reestablished, the city of New York is like, hey, you guys want your statue back? It's like, nah, you can keep them. So here he is. He's been in Central Park ever since, all the way from Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, Queens, via Poland, King Jagiello. I just love how he looks. I just love it. One of my favorite sets. I love how that statue looks. We have the obelisk over there, Cleopatra's Needle. Right over here, that is the Great Lawn, and that is where Diana Ross performed in a thunderstorm, in a rainstorm, thunderstorm, to over 500,000 people. And then right here, this is the Turtle Pond. Now, there was a larger body of water originally here where the Great Lawn is today, and this was one of the receiving reservoirs for the Croton Aqueduct. It was basically a big square, rectangular kind of pond. And when they decided to build the Great Lawn here in the 1930s, they kind of restructured this whole thing here. You might have seen a picture of Hoovervilles here in Central Park where people are living in like shacks. Well, that picture was taken as they were building the Great Lawn here. And by the way, the Great Lawn is an entirely engineered landscape. It's not real. It's just a really cool a glade of grass that basically drains water in certain specific spots. So, but what's left of that original water feature is right here, Turtle Pond, and then across from Turtle Pond is the Delacorte Theater. But now we're gonna head up the hill to the beautiful view, Belvadier Castle at Vista Rock. Here we go, guys. Good to see you, Travis. Welcome. Welcome on into the show, people. You can hear the helicopter tours flying above us. A lot of people in the Upper West, Upper East Side do not like them, and I don't blame them. Helicopters flying over the house all the time, it's not fun. We get them in Coney, but they're in transit. They're going to, they're not hovering. They're going out to JFK and stuff like that, so. But I could see why the tour guides are so upset. There's a lot of little patchy ice all around, and if you're dealing with a group of people that are most likely new to New York, you gotta be a little careful. Robert the Headler, welcome. Good to see you. Right out there, Diana Ross performed Reach Out and Touch Someone's Hand as the rain, lightning, thunder came swooping in. The crowd panicked, and Diana Ross calmed everyone down, told everyone to stop pushing. And then she performed 8 more songs in a rainstorm. One of my favorite renditions of all time of Endless Love was out there in that rain. And there is a part of that song when she's singing, and the head of the Central Park Conservancy is basically begging her to come off the stage. And there's a line where she goes, yes, but she literally sings it directly to him. So by just screaming yes in his face. It's so good. You can see it here on YouTube. My endless love. Anyway, Belvedere Castle coming into view. Belvedere Castle, just like the Gatsby Bridge, is built from the leftover rock from the construction of Central Park. Calvert Vaux designs this, and originally, Belvedere Castle has no windows or anything like that. It was meant to be part of the landscape. So obviously by the 1970s, 1980s, this structure is in terrible shape. And this is one of the first structures that gets a complete overhaul in the 90s. This is also a gift shop today. And the top of Belvedere Castle was the original weather station for Central Park. They have been recording the weather here since the mid 1860s. So you see that little temperature at the bottom of the screen? It's from right here. And once we see the view, I'll show you the weather station. Yeah, I know, Jeff, right? I'm surprised helicopter tours are still a thing too, but they are. Yeah, I can see what the tour guides are talking about. I'm kind of surprised. There's normally, this will be normally completely cleared out by now, but it looks like they didn't do much of anything. All right, let's enjoy the view. Right there. There it is. Delacorte Theater. Right down there. Home of Shakespeare in the Park. Now, originally, Shakespeare in the Park used to happen in the Great Lawn. In 1955, 56, Joseph Papp, the founder of the Public Theater, started to have, in the 1940s, actually, in the 1940s, Joseph Papp, the founder of the Public Theater here in New York, started to have impromptu performances of Shakespeare out there. And as the time wore on, these performances would get really, really popular. And on a beautiful summer's night, you'll get like 1,000 people showing up. So Robert Moses, that guy again, he was the head of the Parks Commissioner back then, and he was like, "Oh, all you guys coming onto my lawn, you're destroying the grass." And for 1 year, in 1960, in 1 year, he has Shakespeare in the Park banned from the park. So that pissed off a lot of New Yorkers. So then he kind of jokingly said, kind of off the cuff, "Well, if you could finance a stadium, a theater, I'll let you build one in the park." So again, George Delacorte of Dell Publishing, he gets all the money together, and just 1 year later, 1961, 1962 around, we get this beautiful Delacorte Theater, and Shakespeare in the Park has a permanent home. But he pissed off a lot of New Yorkers when he did that. But the Great Lawn here, this is a completely engineered landscape. It's designed in a way so that the water drains off into certain areas, and the lawn is basically dried within about 3 to 5 hours after a rainstorm. But Pope John Paul II spoke to 500,000 people out there. Simon and Garfunkel had their reunion out there. But of course, my favorite moment was, of course, Diana Ross performing in a thunderstorm right there on the Great Lawn. A beautiful view, a beautiful place. Let me make sure I don't slip on the ice. Let's continue on. Let's continue on. And let's quickly I'm going to show you guys the weather station, and then we're going to come back up. But I could see why tour guides are not too happy with the landscape. But now you see that little weather bug at the bottom of the screen? That gets its weather from Central Park. And where is the Central Park weather station? Well, it's right here amongst the trees and the shrubbery. Now, it used to be up there on top of the tower, but in it's like 1961, 1962, they moved the weather station to here. And because it is surrounded by trees and stuff like that, very famously during the height of Superstorm Sandy, this weather station registered a calm wind. But there it is. There's the Central Park weather station. So that little temperature reading is right there at the bottom of the screen there. All right, so now we're gonna navigate here. We gotta go through, I would like to go through, maybe this might be the better way. Maybe we have to go through the rambles. So I want to take you guys down by Shakespeare Garden, and then we'll walk down the main drive to Strawberry Fields. Let's see. Let's just do it anyway. Let's see. I can see why tour guides are so pissed off right now. This is normally like clear. This should be clear. But I guess they just didn't get to it in time or whatever. And it's like navigable. You just gotta take your time. But sometimes people, they're on tour and they get so excited that they're in New York City. They don't think and they slip and they bust their ass. All right, kids. Yeah, we could do this. We could do this. We could do this. There we go. All right, we're coming into Shakespeare Garden now. And it's perfectly in theme for this area of the park. I'll see you later, Griff. Have a great day. Now, all it takes is one person, exactly. All it takes is one. I still, to this day, will never forget when a person slipped and fell on my walking tour here in the park, and I'll never live that down. I still, to this day, feel terrible about it. You know what I should do? I should use the bathroom. I think we're going to go to fireworks in a moment here, just to kind of empty out, because I don't know what. Ultimately, after we do our loop of the park, we are going to go down to Fifth Avenue. We're going to go back to where we began, and we're going to go see what's going on at St. Patrick's Cathedral. See the scene out there. So, yeah, I'm going to go use the bathroom. Take care of some business here, and then we'll be back with more of the greatest park in the world, Central Park. The rest of my coffee has finally made its transit. But hang on out. Don't tune out. Get some snacks. And yeah, I will be right back. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. Yes, a stream within a stream, a stream within a stream. It's just a stream if you're peeing there. But a stream is not a stream, and a stream is not a stream without the one you love. Oh, Burt Bacharach. What song was I referencing for all you old people? Welcome back, everybody. We lost, how many we lost? We lost 30 people. Shout out to the 30 people who left. Anyway, we're coming down now. Now we're going to go down the west side of the park. We have transited across the park. Good to see a network intelligence. We have made our way across the park. Now we're on the west side of the park. We're going to go south along the west side of the park. And in front of us is the Swedish Cottage. The Swedish Cottage is an artifact from the 1876 World Exposition in Philadelphia. And this was a prefabricated schoolhouse. That's right, Darlene W. With 100,000 internet points. A house is not a home. Da, 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 da. I love that song. I'm such an old soul. But yes, this was a prefabricated schoolhouse. Frederick Law Olmsted saw this building at that World's Fair, and he's like, I have to have it for my park. So he bought it with his own money and brought it over here. And it's been here ever since. This is the home of New York City Parks Department's puppetry division. This is also known as the Marionette Theater, this building right here. And they still do shows, and they still do little things for the kids. It's great. Right there. And I'm pretty sure Diana Ross still has an apartment in that building right there. So give me the rock. Good to see you. Give me the rock. Welcome. Give me the rock. Give me the rock. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Now we're going to walk in the main drive here. Hang out with all the joggers. TGIF. That's right. James, welcome. Not for nothing, but this is nice. Face in the sun. Not too much wind. It's a beautiful day in New York. Now, just over there, this is 82nd Street. Right over here, that's the Natural History Museum. And then the New York Historical Society is like right down the block over here as well. So that's where you are if you want to figure out where we are. Then in this area here, that is the Ramble, or the Rambles. And as the name suggests, you're meant to ramble about. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. We're gonna walk right on the line. We gotta walk right on the line because the joggers. I don't want to piss off the joggers. Ah, yes. And my theory is holding up. We have maintained a pretty good signal here in the park throughout our tour today. So you really got to do this early in the day to do a proper live stream in here. Strawberry Fields, good to see you. You're just in time. We're about maybe 10, 15 minutes away from Strawberry Fields. I'm gonna go to Strawberry Fields, see what's going on in there. And then after that, the Sheep's Meadow and Tavern on the Green, and of course the Ghostbusters building coming up as well. Those beautiful twin towers of the San Remo apartments off to our right-hand side there. Beautiful view. Hells yeah, wave to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Good. Karen, if there's a person I would love to walk around Central Park with, it's freaking Neil deGrasse Tyson. I would love to walk around Central Park with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Or of course, Brooklyn Bridge, of course. Neil deGrasse Tyson, by far one of my favorite New Yorkers of all time. Good to see you there, Ronster. Welcome. The joggers are out. Quiet J. Jogging. I love Star Talk. Actually, the other day I was playing some truck sim all afternoon. And yeah, listening to some Star Talk while playing truck sim. I could tell that the park is slowly but surely getting a little bit more crowded as people wake up. Now, this is the thing I don't like. I wish they still had these doing regular light cycles. Central Park recently has decided to make everything blinking yellow lights. So like basically everyone has to yield to everyone, like whoever's there first. And that just creates confusion. And a lot of these wannabe Lance Armstrong cyclists, they always like just barrel through these intersections. So yeah, Star Talk is great, Dave. Good to see you. Oh, they're telling people to get off the ice. Are they really telling people to get off the ice? Ooh. Wait, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Is he really telling people to get off the ice? There's really people on... Oh, yeah, there's people on the ice. Holy shit, there's people like... Wait, we got Darwin Awards, guys. The 2026 Darwin Awards, brought to us by the Mutual of Omaha Life Insurance Company. Bringing you animals and wildlife from around the world. Yeah, no need to walk on the ice because there's all this ice on the pathways. Are people really this stupid? They walk down here. Okay, I'm not walking down that thing. I'm going to slip and fall. I'm going to slip. Oh, yeah, look, they're right there. They're right there. They were on the ice. Okay, we're going to let them. We're going to let them bust their ass climbing over the fence. I'm not going to stay there. It's the Darwin Awards brought to us. They're right here, guys. They're right here. They're right here. They're looking for them. They're like the security guys are like up there looking for them. I should help the security guys. Like, they're right here. They're right here. Yeah, there it is. Thank you so much, Strawberry. Look at this view, though. It's wild, man. Now, granted, like one of the earliest pictures of Central Park shows people skating right here. And back in the day, they used to lower the level of the water, say with ice up solid there, but they haven't done that in a long time. A pretty view. What a pretty view. All right. Yes, we got to plug in the gimbal here. Gimbal battery is flying. But the motors feel good. Snow is a 4-letter word, so you're over it? Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. So here's the San Remo. Right here. That's the San Remo. And then right next door, one couple doors down, that's Dakota. Right there. And we'll talk about more of the Dakota in a moment.
But they might not be convenient.
Gonna head up the Strawberry Fields first. Now, as it always goes like this when we get around here. This is where the signal gets weird. No, we weren't talking to the same. I've been on the lookout for them, Sabby. I've been on the lookout for them. We might run into them when we're on 5th Avenue. I'm thinking we've got to run into them again on 5th Avenue. And then I could be extra wild because we'll be on 5th Avenue. I want to keep my decorum here in the park. I do meet the most interesting people. Oh, these are the people in our neighborhood, in our neighborhood, in our neighborhood. So these are the people in our neighborhood, the people that you meet each day. My dream is to be turned into a puppet. I still have to do the Ubi. I gotta get the Ubi eyes so I can start talking with my hands. I still gotta find those Ubi eyeballs. All right. John Lennon loved New York City. You know, John Lennon of the Beatles. He loved New York City, and he moves out here to New York in 1971 with Yoko Ono. and they buy a townhouse on Bank Street. Eventually, 1973, they move here to the Dakota apartments, and they get their first apartments right here. They're on the penthouse level, so they have 2 other levels above the main level. And between 1973 and 1977, they buy the 2 neighboring apartments. There's basically an apartment for each corner of the building. So they buy the one here, and then they buy the one on the 72nd Street side. The only other person who lived on the 8th floor of the Dakota was the one and only Roberta Flack. There was good music on the 8th floor. So they picked the Dakota because it was a kind of a joke amongst the real estate developers. So when they built a Dakota, it's really far uptown. This building literally establishes the Upper West Side. There's a very famous picture of the Dakota where people are ice skating in the lake behind me, and the Dakota is literally the only building around. So it was so far north, it might as well be in the Dakota Territories, and the name stuck. It sounds much better than 1 West 72nd Street. But John Lennon loved New York. He could walk around New York without a security guard. Nobody would bother him in true New York fashion. And he loved Central Park. He very famously said back in the late 70s, I think it's 1978, 1979, he says that everyone always complains about New York, but nobody ever leaves. And he's right. But, of course, he's killed in front of the Dakota back in December of 1980. And in 1983, Yoko Ono was able to acquire this section of Central Park to be remolded into John Lennon's memory. And it's officially renamed Strawberry Fields here in New York City. It opens up on John Lennon's 45th birthday on October 9th, 1985. And let's go, Ron.
Coffee and cake on me.
Hells yeah, I'm gonna get a coffee cake, I get a coffee roll, I'm gonna get a big ass coffee. Ron, with a $20 super chat. Ron, thank you so much with a very generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $20 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $20 super chat. I'm gonna get coffee, I'm gonna get cake, I'm get the whole shebang. Thank you so much, Aaron, for getting my lunch. So now, when this first opens up at Strawberry Fields back in 1985, there were 18 strawberry bushes in this field right here. Now, unfortunately, due to these lovely, nice, icy, cold New York City winters, the little strawberry bushes did not last too long, and also the little birds like to eat the berries. So there's no more strawberry bushes, but the main feature of Strawberry Fields is still here, and that's the Imagine Mosaic. The Imagine Mosaic is a simple black and white tiled mosaic that says the word Imagine on it. It's a gift from the city of Naples, Italy to the city of New York. The black and white tiles are made from clay from Mount Vesuvius at Pompeii. But now we're going to get quiet because I want you guys to hear the music, enjoy the moment. And here we go. 151 countries recognize Strawberry Fields as an international peace garden. And here we go into Strawberry Fields. Let's enjoy it.
Brotherhood and sisterhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Oh, someday you join us when the world will let us one more time now.
Hope you got his Instagram there. I have to say, the musicians that play here, they always say they rack up. So he's good. He doesn't need my dollar. But there it is, the Imagine Mosaic. And can we see the, is the dedication plaque out? Let's see if we see the dedication plaque. Oh yeah, it's kind of out. This is the dedication plaque right here. This is the dedication plaque. Ah, yes, she does sound great. I'm telling you, the musicians here in Central Park are amazing. But here it is. Now, a lot of the some of these countries on this list do not exist anymore, like Yugoslavia. But this is considered an international peace garden by the United Nations. And Yoko always she's always here maintaining, and she comes into the park quite often. And actually, you know what? Let's go to where I met Yoko. I met Yoko on a day very much like today. I was just finishing a walking tour, and we concluded it right here at Strawberry Fields. Let's walk past the Imagine Mosaic one more time. Let me show you. Look, it's right here in the shadow of the Dakota. I'm gonna be quiet. Let you guys enjoy this one more time.
All your life, you were all waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly.
I really don't have to, but I do have an owl dog, which is kind of like, yeah, exactly. It's just as cheap.
Ah, there's a Dakota. Right there. And now, on a day very much like today, a cold winter morning, I left my walking tour right here on this corner. I think they all funneled into the subway station across the street. But then I began to walk down this trestle right here, and I was happy. I had a fun tour. Everybody tipped. It was wonderful. And I'm walking down this pathway, and just ahead of me was this tiny little Japanese woman with this big, gigantic black guy. And I'm like, what an interesting couple. And then I walk it up behind them, and I go, oh my goodness. And I say it very quietly. I said, oh my God. Are you Yoko Ono? Good to see you, Yoko. And Yoko, in the most softest of voices, says, she goes, doesn't the park look beautiful with all the snow? And for the next 20 minutes, that's all we did. We talked about how pretty the park looked in the snow. That's literally all we did. We walked down this pathway in this direction, and that's all we did. We just talked about how pretty the park looked and how quiet it gets, the way the snow muffles the sound, and the birds contrast with the snow and the wildlife and the squirrels, and it was the most wonderful conversation. And we walked nice and slow. I'm actually right now walking a lot faster. I think we were walking like this fast. Like we were literally just strolling. And that's all we did. We talked about the park. And I was telling her about my tour, and she was so sweet. She was so freaking nice. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting a little emotional talking about this because the park looked just like this. It really did. It looked just like this. Like it was like a few days after a big snow. So it looked just like this, and I could see it. And the security guard was so cool, such a nice guy. If you ever see videos of Yoko recently, like you'll see this guy with her all the time. Sweetest guy, just gentle giant. But my God, Yoko, she gets a lot of bad rap, and I hate it because she is really a nice, genuine person. So, and then right about here, Yoko was gonna go this way, I'm going to go this way back home. And Yoko even offered me a photo. She goes, do you want to take a picture? And I was like, nah. I had my brand new iPhone 4. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to keep that as a memory, I told her. I'm going to keep it as a memory. And now I tell it to all of you guys whenever we're here in the park. So that was 2014. No, 2015. That was 20. No, was it 2014? Actually, you know what? No, that was 2014. It was 2014. 2014. It was like February, March 2014. Yes, and Dan, you know, I've heard a lot of people say that. Anytime you could make somebody wonder, like bring out their imagination, you know? Yeah, I know, Neville. I know. You don't need to explain it, Neville. No need to explain it, Neville. But anyway, Yoko now still owns the apartment in the Dakota, but she's moved up to a farm in upstate New York. But whenever her son is in town, he'll stay here at the Dakota. And Yoko does rent out half of her apartment for the bargain basement price of $62,000 a month. I think that's changed in the few years since I got that statistic, but around there, around $60,000 a month to live in John and Yoko's apartment. So right across the way from us is the Sheep's Meadow. And the Sheep's Meadow, you got to understand, again, this is all man-made. 11.5 million cartloads of topsoil, 27,000 trees, 9,000 benches, 142 miles of drainage pipe, 58 miles of pedestrian pathways and promenades. But right here, this would have been a German family-owned rock quarry. It looked nothing like this. If you were in this spot in 1850, this will be completely unrecognizable. And also in 1850, we're still really far north from the city proper. They may have laid out the grid already, but up far this north, the grid was not completed yet. So you had like these old country lanes passing through here. So it looked nothing like what we're seeing right now. But right here where Sheep's Meadow is today would have been a German family-owned rock quarry. It's a big opening where they used to mine the schist. And yeah, it looks nothing like it did. The Sheep's Meadow, just like the Great Lawn, is a completely engineered landscape. So it was designed in a way so that it could drain the water off and it could be ready for play in a few hours. Looks like some people are out there on the lawn. And then, as the name suggests, sheep used to graze along the meadow. Sheep used to basically cut the grass in the days before lawnmowers. And then the sheep every night were transported across the street. They were marched across the streets and they lived in that building right there. That's the old sheepfold. Today, a lovely restaurant called Tavern on the Green. Tavern on the Green, wonderful place to grab some lunch. There's actually a takeout window here in the back where you could order almost everything on the menu at a discount because you're not in the restaurant. They actually have a really good beer selection in there, amazingly enough. And then with the new management, the prices are actually a lot more economical. So it's a lot cheaper to eat in there as it used to be before it got a little bit of a makeover recently. So kind of a pretty decent deal in there for the price you get. And then right across the street, of course, this was a filming location for Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters movie. As we look right across the street, this building right here, here is Spook Central, right there, 55 Central Park West, the Ghostbusters building. They actually recreated the top 4 floors in full size in Hollywood for the movie. But yes, indeed, 55 Central Park West, right there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross the street one more time. Let these bicyclists pass us here. You know, actually here in the park is probably a really nice bike ride today because there's no wind. Probably a really nice ride today. But now let's see. Did they literally? They did. Look at this. I love this. They shoveled out the finish line for the marathon. Here it is. Right here. This is the finish line for the New York City Marathon. We have this awesome plaque right here. And this is where the end of your 26.2 mile run culminates right here. So before, I think it was 1975, maybe 1974, the New York City Marathon was just 4 laps of Central Park. But then, thanks to a little guy by Fred LeBeau, one of my all-time favorite New Yorkers, Fred LeBeau, one of the founders of the New York Roadrunners Club, he has the marathon extended to all 5 boroughs of the city. And right here, right in front of Tavern on the Green, is the finish line. On Marathon Sunday, the first Sunday in November, all the runners come running towards us. Last November, we did have the largest marathon in the world, the largest marathon in New York City marathon history. Almost 58,000 people ran in the New York City Marathon, and over 97% of those people completed it. So imagine some 57,000 people running towards us on Marathon Sunday. And as you can see, the last 0.2 miles of the 26.2 miles is uphill because it's New York. Why not? Good to see you, Oleg. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Arisha, man. Good to see you. This is the best day in New York City. It's the ultimate block party. It's my favorite day of the year. Good to see you. Under 3 hours. Under 3 hours. There's Tavern on the Green. Looks like we have the helicopters hovering. Let's see. Let me see what time is it. Let's see what time is it. It is. Oh, look at that. 2 o'clock on the dot. 2 o'clock on the dot. So that means the festivities at St. Patrick's Cathedral are beginning. That's why the helicopter's hovering. So now what we're going to do is, here at Chiefs Meadow, we're just going to now walk along the main drive until we get to, I think, or maybe we'll exit. Maybe we'll exit at like 7th Avenue. Oh, no, we'll do 6th Avenue. We'll exit at 6th Avenue so I could show you guys the Tony Bennett bench. And then we'll head down 5th. People were meant to run 26.2 miles. Let's give our thanks to Queen Victoria. That's right. Let's thank the Queen for the extra 0.2. Yes, indeed. All right, people. Thank the Queen, Mom. But that concludes. Like I said, we have one more thing to see in the park. That's going to be the Tony Bennett bench, and then we'll continue on to 5th Avenue. So today, 5th Avenue, our new Archbishop of New York City, of New York, is being, I don't know what they call it, anointed? I don't know what you want to call it. His ascension is happening. Cardinal Hicks, I believe his name is. So the whole ceremony is happening. It's beginning right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk towards 5th Avenue and then walk down towards 50th Street. And we'll see what's going on at St. Patrick's Cathedral. And we'll ultimately finish in Rockefeller Center. Oh, was it Queen Alexandria that insisted on the distance? Thank you, Queen. Ooh, the blue line of the New York City Marathon is still visible. Look at that. I'm surprised it's still here after all that snow and all that ice. It's installed. Okay, I think he's installed as well. Yeah. trying to make sure I say the correct nomenclature. Today's word on the Dutch Miles Family Networks here is nomenclature. Now, when my father first moves here from Puerto Rico, he actually lives like right here. Let's go! Under 3 hours! Hey, wepa! When my dad immigrates here from Puerto Rico, he actually lives like right down the block here. This is one of the first, and he eventually moves into the area where San Juan Hill, where Lincoln Center is today. And then when his tenement, his walk-up, his tenement gets leveled, they then move out to East New York, and that's where he meets my mom. So now you know my father's homecoming story. The classic New Yorican story. My dad comes out here when he's only 5 years old in like 1955. Indoctrination, that's the word. There you go. There you go. You know, the Duchess said it's going to be a nice day. She was right. She's never wrong. My wife is never wrong. If she says it's going to be a nice day, it is going to be a nice day. So good to see everybody. I got the pace going. This guy got the pace going. Got the shorts on. He got the pace. He's literally pounding the pavement. Did you hear that? He's literally pounding the pavement. I know, right? Perfect setting for West Side Story, right? And in a very stunning surprise, the new West Side Story is actually pretty good. I actually like it. I like it a lot. Wepa. All right, we're coming back to Central Park South. Look at that, Billionaires Row looming over us. That's right. That's right. That's right, Nabul. That's right. I know one thing. I'm hungry. I'm mighty hungry now. I think on my way home, I'm gonna pick up a hot coffee and because I'm on the train, I'll have a bagel mini. Not the full-size bagel, because I might make a mess on the train. But Kim-Yu, welcome. Or Keanu. Looks like Keanu to me. Good to see ya. Little milky sky here. As we swing on Columbus Circle, right down over now. And there you go, you hear those birds. Those birds are chirping. It is installed, so they're installing a new cardinal. Don't forget the instruction booklets, guys. Don't forget the instruction booklets, all right? Put the instruction booklet in the drawer there in the kitchen. All right, don't lose the instruction booklet. They're installing him. They get the Geek Squad over. They gotta install. Anyway, I'm very excited about the new Archbishop of New York. So, as a light practicing Catholic, if I identify any kind of religion, it's probably going to be Catholicism, because that's my mom. That's for my mom. Yeah. I like all religions. All the good parts of them, not the bad parts. Everybody is welcome here. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Oleg. I appreciate that. It's like a new dishwasher, exactly. Right? It requires does it require an Allen wrench? Yeah, I'm a relaxed Catholic. Exactly. I just like that, you know, it's nice seeing the church open up and be more welcoming to people, and it's nice. It's nice seeing everything evolve. So, I'm excited. This is 7th Avenue. Right here. Uh-oh. Don't allow. What was that all about? What was that all about? You're superstitious to give up. I know, exactly. Exactly, Carol. Me too. Carol, we're on the same wavelength. Yes, even the bird agrees with us. Even the bird agrees with us. Oh, there you go. So is it Archbishop or just a... Right, it's Archbishop, right? Archbishop Hicks it will be. Uh-oh. I hear YMCA. There goes the copyright. Is it a bike or is it a fucking... It's a rickshaw. Hey! Yeah, there you go. Archbishop Ronald Hicks, everybody. He comes from Joliet, Illinois. And whenever I think of Joliet, you know what I think of, guys, right? If I think of Joliet, Illinois, what do I think of, guys? Come on. If you guys really know me, if I hear the word Joliet, Illinois, what am I thinking of? Tell me. You guys know me. Come on. That's right, Leonard Smith. Leonard Smith got me. The Blues Brothers. That's right, Mullen. The Blues Brothers. That's right, Jake and Elroy. They're breaking it down. Jeff is breaking it down. Hells yeah.
Whatever that means.
So whenever I think of Shirley, he's from the Blues Brothers. Oh, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. I made the mistake of watching the Blues Brothers movie in the theater. It was awful. That was a waste of money. All right. We are gonna turn the corner here. Make sure we're not blocking anybody. And this is 6th Avenue here. Technically, we're walking in the street right here, but there's nobody coming up here anymore. I'm so happy the drives don't have any automobiles on them. Only horse carriages come up this way, and bicycles and joggers, and maybe a jogger or two. But now we're going to go to the Tony Bennett bench. This will be our final little artifact we're going to see here in the park before we head out back into reality. Yeah. You still laugh when you see the new Soul Man? Hells yeah. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Hey. Anyway. Oh, the horse carriages. Anyway. All right. So this white building right here, that's where Tony Bennett used to live. And I got to see Tony Bennett on a couple of occasions out here in the park painting. He used to love painting the park from his window there. But back in the day, on the penthouse level, his neighbor used to be Lady Gaga. So when Lady Gaga started getting into some real money, she bought the penthouse up there. She was neighbors with Tony Bennett, and that's how you got that collaboration they did. They were neighbors. But good to see you, Ken. Welcome. And here it is. On the way out, we see it. Yes. As Tony Bennett would say, nature is the boss. Always, Tony. Always. A true New Yorker in every way. Or originally from Astoria, Queens, actually. The great Tony Bennett. But now we're going to walk along Central Park South. And we're going to walk our way back towards 5th Avenue right now. This is 6th Avenue right here. Very cool. So now you got to see two really cool benches. Now you know where the Jim Henson bench is, And you also know where the Tony Bennett bench is. Ooh, look at the birds. Ooh, Hitchcock would be proud. Thank you, Adam the Woo, for that amazing catchphrase. If there is a person I wanted to walk around Central Park with, or the Brooklyn Bridge, it was Adam the Woo. Anyway, he will forever live on YouTube here. All right, 6th Avenue. We're gonna head back down towards 5th. I wonder if 5th Avenue is closed. Let's see if 5th Avenue is closed.
Tour ticket, admission tickets emoji.
Thank you so much, Arisha Rahman. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. With a $2 super chat. Arichman. Thank you so much for the very generous $2 super chat. Thank you so much for today's $2 club. Much, much, much appreciated. For the big $2 super chat. Thanks for tipping your tour guide. It's much appreciated. As we make our way east along Central Park South, 59th Street. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the tour. Central Park goes from 59th Street to 110th Street between 8th and 5th Avenues. And again, it's 341 hectares large, or 843 acres large. And again, completely man-made. We're now heading back into the city. I guess we already are in the city, but you know what I mean. We left the man-made nature of Central Park. RZ, okay, I got you. Ozzy. RZ, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, man. I gotta remember that now. RZ. Am I pronouncing that correct? I hope I am. I always try to pronounce everyone's name correctly. But I appreciate that, RZ. Appreciate you. All right, we're heading back towards 5th Avenue. I heard they're installing some new archbishops down the block. Spotted Cow, you're more than welcome. That was a wild tour. And we maintained the signal, I think, which is the most important thing. We maintained the signal. We really do got to get out here early to maintain signal. Perfect. RZ. You got it, RZ. You got it. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Try and do my best to entertain y'alls. That's my job. Give you a laugh, give you a distraction. Bye, Central Park. You're awesome. Bye. Bye.
Excuse us.
I was walking with my hand out, and she was nice enough to say, "Excuse us." I appreciate that. Anyway, the Plaza Hotel. Celebrity guests of Celebrity Ding Dang Dong stay at the enchanting Plaza Hotel on the doorstep of Central Park. Mullen, I'm glad you're enjoying. Norm's checking in out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Good to see ya. We're now in that post-holiday mode here, so there's no more decorations out anymore. Now, if you want to see the lobby without actually having to go, without actually having to buy anything, you could go inside the lobby between 6 and 8 in the morning, and you could go in there and take pictures and stuff. But it has to be between 6 and 8 in the morning. That's it, 2 hours. Other than that, you got to be a guest. Park was beautiful. Hey, Bergdorf Goodman. What they playing here? This is the Paris Theater coming up. A beautiful theater. Good to see Nicole out there in Austria. Let's see, Frankenstein and Train Dream. And Mullen with a $10 super chat. Mullen. Thank you so much. With the very generous $10 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $10 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $10 super chat. Much, much, much appreciated. Mars out there in Southern California. Good to see you. Oh, Mullen, thank you, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Today, Netflix owns this theater. So here, you see all the Netflix movies now. Now we're gonna head down Fifth Avenue. Darling, I love you, but give me Fifth Avenue. Ooh. Ooh, the alligator's eating the bags. It's eating the handbags. Bergdorf Goodman style. Ooh, look at this pooch. Yes, rather. Yes. My little dog, yes. My dog only drinks from his friend. I think that's one of Gonzavort's friends right here. And we go down, we're going downtown to go onto the peninsula. Yes. Cute doggy. Former telephone operator from the club. Really? Savvy, for real? Savvy, that's amazing. You got to experience New York at its peak in 1995 to 1996. Ooh, the Duchess needs this jacket. The Duchess needs this jacket and the hat. She needs the hat and the jacket. I mean, I don't know about the pantsuit. Maybe the pantsuit. Maybe, actually, probably, definitely those shoes. But she needs this jacket, people. And of course, the Duchess will be walking around with an alligator. Because that's how you roll here on the Fifth Avenue. You want to keep yourself safe here on Fifth Avenue. You walk with an alligator. These are, oh no, and the Duchess needs this dress. It's all sequins here, got purple sequins here. Beautiful, look at the shoes, fabulous. Fabulous. And the Duchess definitely needs those earrings. Oh yeah, she needs those earrings. Absolutely. It's a okay, yes, as we all know, people, alligator is a chihuahua on steroids. And the sweaters. Oh no, you know what? The Duchess needs those boots. She needs those boots. Good to see you, Louise Poppy. Eahora. Everyone follow Louise Poppy. Fantastic live streamer, content creator from New Zealand. See what it's like on the other side of the earth with Louise Poppy. Good to see you, Louise. Hope you're doing well. Hope it's not too hot down there. Ooh, she's rocking the lobster here. Rock lobster. Dazapans, good to see you. All right, let's see if the is the deer leader doing traffic control? Let's see. Let's see if the deer leader's doing traffic control. Yeah, they have Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is closed, so we're gonna walk down Fifth Avenue. We're gonna take advantage, everyone. We're gonna walk straight down Fifth Avenue. The gigantic trunks of Louis Vuitton. That's scaffolding. That's the coolest looking scaffolding in the world right there. Yeah, busy street today, Louise. We're installing a new archbishop down at St. Patrick's Cathedral. So we're gonna walk down the middle of Fifth Avenue here and enjoy the closed streets. Guess the price. We know what, Savvy, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some products from Bergdorf Goodman and we're gonna guess the price. We'll do the Price is Right rules. You know, you can do up to $1 bids without going over. All right. Let's enjoy a closed Fifth Avenue. This is a treat. This is a treat. I was thinking about this on the way up. I was like, oh, they're going to have a whole installation ceremony. I wonder if Fifth Avenue is going to be closed. And it is. Check it out. This is such a cool moment. Look at this. This is so neat. You could get a really good picture with the trunks of Louis Vuitton. And look, there's Tiffany's. When I fell by Black at Tiffany, she said, I think I remember the fella as I recall, I think. Oh, such a New York scene here. We got the steam coming out of the streets. The streets are closed. This is cool. How cool is this, guys? We got to take advantage. Anytime I could walk in the middle of a street, guys, you know I will. Oh, to ride a bike down this? Dude, that's fun. Actually, I got to adjust the aperture here. There we go. Okay, so this is a rarity to really enjoy this like this. It's not like a special day. It's not a special day. It's not. So why 5th Avenue? Because down the block, a few more blocks, AZ, is St. Patrick's Cathedral. And they're having the installation ceremony for the new Archbishop right now. So they have closed off 5th Avenue here to allow the street in front of St. Patrick's to be closed. Look at all that snow. Look, it's like boulders. It's like ice boulders. Craziness. Look, it's as big as the ambulance. Look at the ambulance compared to that. That's wild.
Put this towards the Bergdorf Goodman Dress Fund for the Dutchs. Winking face emoji.
I will, Josh. I will, Josh. Joshua Jeffs with a $5 super chat. Joshua Jeffs, thank you so much for the very generous $5 super chat. Thank you for joining today's $5 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $5 super chat. I don't think so, Neil. I don't think so. But thank you so much there, Josh. I will put that towards the Bergdorf Goodman. Madame Bijou, bienvenue. Out there in Louisiana, sunny Louisiana. How's it doing down there in the bayou? I'm gonna go for a beignet right now. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on into the show. We're walking down a closed 5th Avenue here, which is truly a treat. We could really admire these massive piles of snow. You could really admire these. But it looks like rocks. It looks like boulders. Look at how big they are. My goodness. I wonder if he's gonna come out at the end of the installation. Yeah, Louise, I think this is definitely a once in a lifetime kind of moment right here, because you don't get this too often where we don't have the streets completely closed for this. It's a lot of dirty snow. It'll be clean by the weekend. It'll be clean by the weekend. It'll be clean. There'll be some fresh snow to be put on top of it, and then it'll look good. But yeah, so basically what they're going to do is they're going to pile these up, and then eventually in the middle of the night, like I think they did it on this side of the street, where they piled them up and then they carted them off. But there's a lot of snow to cart off. So it is a work in progress. And maybe here in Manhattan, there might not be any snow by the end of the month, but in Brooklyn and definitely Staten Island there will be. The New York City collection. What is that? At the Microsoft store? I have Windows 11. Anyway. Good to see everybody. Let's see, we got the light? Yes. We keep on going. All right. We're about 2 blocks away now from St. Patrick's Cathedral. Look at that sky. What a crazy view here. Wow. This is so cool. We're like walking literally right down the middle of 5th Avenue here. A wind advisory has just been posted for tomorrow and Sunday.
I had to leave halfway through the Central Park tour and look forward to seeing the rest. Thanks, Argan, for a terrific stream.
Lou, you are more than welcome for a terrific stream. Thank you so much for the extremely generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much for today's $20 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $20 super chat. Lou, I appreciate you. You got a fun little replay to hit up. But now you're here for the, I guess, the news of the day, which is the installation of the new Archbishop Hicks from Joliet, Illinois. I see, like, now these streets here were going to be closed because this is a safety corridor here. So they got to close off all these streets. So we're not going to, the cars have the light, guys, and then watch out for the bike. I'm waiting for the fucking light. I don't care. There we go. We're going to wait for the lights. I appreciate you too, Lou. Thank you so much. All right, so as you see, the streets are all closed here at 5th Avenue in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral. Let's come around here and try to see what's going on. Let's see what's cooking over here. Yeah, frozen. That's right. It's called a frozen zone. Oh, the irony of it, right? It's a frozen zone. And amazingly enough, I was thinking that I thought that the internet was going to completely tank on me out here. Actually, the connections went up. It's really good. What's up with that? That's crazy. But you're seeing history here in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral. And I wonder if he's going to come out into the street at the end of this thing. Okay, it looks like now we have to... Let's see, I think we have a press pool across the street. We have a press pool across the street. Oh, now I wish I had my press pass. I could have gone in there. A lot of action happening here. I think we're going to go back a little bit. And we're going to get a shot here of the church. And what I'm going to do with my second phone is I'm going to see if I could watch what's going on inside of the church. Here it is, St. Patrick's Cathedral. We are having the installation of the new Archbishop Hicks from Joliet, Illinois. All right, it's 2:30. How long is this show here? How long is this show here? I wonder how long this show is here. Let's see here. I want to do this. Oh, can I not do that right now? Actually, let's not do that right now. And let's go to maybe here on YouTube. They have it going on here. Well, yeah, there's no pedestrian traffic, no nothing. They've closed it all off. All right, here we go. All right, I got the video. We have video. We have communique from inside. I can't get over the signal here. Signal's pretty good. So here is a live view. It is called the installation. The installation of Archbishop Hicks. That is inside right now. That is inside. So they are streaming that right now here on YouTube. I know, I'm about to say it's Catholic, right? It can't be measured in hours, right? It's gonna in days. It has to be measured in days, not hours. Sean Johnson, what's my favorite food? Pizza. I'm a New Yorker. Pizza and bagels, or maybe a knish. For all you out of New Yorkers. Dominus upes desanti. Did you uninstall yourself before confirmation? I think I did that too as a baby. But history. Wow, he grew up 14 blocks away from Pope Leo's childhood home. That's kind of incredible. That's kind of incredible. So, you know, we've seen many installations of new rat popes, but it's the first time we've seen an installation of a new Archbishop of New York. So, history here, guys. Let's see if we can see what's going on. Nothing like New York pizza. You telling me? And there's something going on like around the corner, it sounds like. I don't know what that is. Is that like a band playing? Let's see if we could go see the, let's see if we could go see where that music's coming from. Let's see. This is history. Look at this scene here. Look at this scene here. Everyone all jetting around here. Okay, we gotta go in a little bit, and then we gotta go out a little bit. Look at, as the hustle and the bustle here, as we slowly make our way down this narrow corridor. And I'm okay. All right. Do people know how to walk around barricades? I don't know about that. Anyway, you got to come in to come back out again. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go in to go back out. Back out onto Fifth Ave. Or actually, we can't go all the way down. No, because we need the press pass for that. So we're going to go down to the other block here. And we're going to see what's cooking. It's nice having these closed streets. This is an unexpected treat today. Are you watching the stream? Yeah. Really? Wait, the music that we're hearing is coming from inside the church? For real? They're like broadcasting it out? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yours Catholic. Sal Muscles, I feel you. Sal Muscles, I feel you on that one, Sal. I feel you. All right, let's see what's cooking here. Welcome to Rockefeller Center. Welcome to Rockefeller Center.
Do you want to go to the American Football? You can get one of these with the NYPD police cup on.
All right. What I love about New York is that, you know, you could have all these closed streets and the city just continues on regardless. Wait a what? Oh, we got the winter. We have the Winter Olympics motif going on here in the plaza here at 30 Rock. They have the silver and blue flags, and it's the opening ceremony like today, right, out there in Italy. So big shout out to the whole NBC Family Networks and Peacock for probably another fabulous Winter Olympic broadcast. All right, let's see. That's the press pool down there. We're not going to go down there. Let's see what's going on down here. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of people here. Oh, there's a protest. Oh, okay, there's a protest going on down that street. We're not going down there. That is a protest going on. So we're gonna avoid that at all costs. But look at this. Oh, do they have a? Is this what's the name of that game where you gotta slide the things? Wow. Listen, we got no tree, but we have the Olympic rings. Curling. Thank you so much, Leonard. Curling, Neil. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so it's the opening ceremonies today, only on NBC and Peacock. Oh, here's where the tree is, right here. Here's where the tree is. There it is. And then because it's in Milan, we have to have some little Vespas here. Right, these proper Vespas. The road to Milan. Oh, it's Honda. Yo, they couldn't even get Italian. They couldn't even get Italian freaking scooters. They had to get Hondas. I understand Honda's a participating country in the Olympics, but they could have got like some Piaggios or some. Come on. Anyway. All right, let's head back around this way here and see what the hell's going on. It's a Honda. What the hell? The Italians make some of the best scooters in the world. Ooh, 49th Street appears to be open. All right. 49 is open. Right, Stefan? What the hell? All right, so they got the Olympic logo flags and then the kind of gold silverish flags. Those are like the winter flags that they fly. Actually, since we have a really good signal in here. It's weird. I'm not used to it. Let's go down the promenade. Prometheus by Paul Manship. Prometheus, stealing the flame of knowledge. Prometheus gliding over the ice skaters here at Rockefeller Center. Good to see you, E-Bike Mike. Welcome. NYC girl, good to see you. Welcome. E-Bike Mike, it's almost a good day to ride a bike. If I could get my bike out of my house, because it's kind of encased in snow right now in the shed. My shed is completely encased in snow and ice. I can't even open the door. Jeffrey Wakeland, good to see you. Welcome on in. Looks like the Saks Fifth Avenue display is still up. And who knows where Saks Fifth Avenue is going to be next year. Yeah, there's some kind of like protest going on over here. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, New York. Why you gotta be so wacky? Wow. I might as well just get into the crowd here. Let's see what's going on. Good to see you from Pakistan.
And servant, when they saw him, they adored him. And Jesus said to them, all power has been given to me. And disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to observe all that I have.
I like it. It's like a vibe. It's like a whole vibe going on out here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole vibe going down. Now he should have got his batteries ready for the cold temperatures. All right. This side definitely a lot more livelier than the other side. Wow, what a scene here in front of Saks. Unbelievable. What? The mannequins are alive. The mannequins are alive. What? The mannequins, they're alive. Anyway. Might as well work on the windows since the street is closed. I'm happy. Yesterday, Archbishop Hicks mentioned the Atlas statue across the street, and I'm kind of paraphrasing. Like sometimes we want to hold the whole world, weight of the world or universe on our shoulders, and sometimes, yeah. But sometimes we have to put our trust in sometimes a higher being. It's from the movie Mannequin. So again, a big congratulations to Archbishop Hicks, the newly installed Archbishop Hicks from Joliet. Enjoy the pizza. Enjoy the pizza. Deacon, good to see you. I'm doing great. Let's get a big thank you here going, because it's time for me to, I'm hungry. I gotta head home and get some lunch. I'm gonna head home and get some lunch. Did we have fun, people? Did we have fun? I hope we did. Let's do the big thank you here, right here in Rockefeller Center. I could actually sit down. Actually, no, we're not gonna sit down. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do it right here. We can get the shot. We can get the shot we all love. All right. Well, I appreciate that. They're perfectly candid. I hope you guys enjoyed today's walking tour. Sorry for the little bit of a late start time, but we did it. But we got it in, and we got to see the scene here in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral. But I want to thank Lou with a big $20 super chat. I want to thank Joshua Seth with a big $5 super chat. I want to thank Mullen with a big $10 super chat. And AZ with a big $2 super chat. I want to thank Ronster with a big $20 super chat. And Noah Carmona with a big $2 super chat. I want to thank the Brooklyn Bella with a $2 super chat. And Mrs. Metalhead Warrior with a big $20 super chat. Thank you so much there, Mrs. Metalhead. Spotted Cow with a big $5 super chat. And finally, Darlene W. gifting 10 memberships of Dutch Mazel Plus. My goodness, Darlene. Spotted Cow, Mrs. Metalhead, Brooklyn Bella, Noah, Ronster, AZ, Mullen, Joshua, and Lou. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's tour and live stream. Are you new to this nonsense? Then make sure to subscribe to the Dutch Maz Family Networks here on YouTube and on Instagram, all same name at Dutch Maz. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because I never know when I'm going to go live next. I want to thank all 283 of y'all who hit the like button, and everyone who subscribes on the replay, all the super chats on the replay. It's deeply appreciated. But from Rockefeller Center here in Midtown Manhattan, this is Dutch Maz signing off. Have yourself a fabulous New York day, whether you afford to live here or not. Hug your loved ones, cherish those beautiful moments, and good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I will see you guys tomorrow on the, maybe actually 10 o'clock news. We're doing 10 o'clock news, guys. Join me for tonight for the 10 o'clock news here on the Dutch Maz Family Networks. 10 o'clock news tonight, so join me for the 10 o'clock news, and we'll break down the day. But once again, from Rockefeller Center, Dutch Maz signing off. Have yourself a beautiful, fantastic New York day, waiting for to live here or not. Hug your loved ones, cherish these beautiful moments, and good night, Mrs. Calabash. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I'll see you guys tonight at 10 o'clock, if not, on the next one. Take care. Oh, bye-bye.